Holy crud. So this was much more difficult than I kind of expected, hoped for. I knew it was going to be kind of a pain, but I don't know how much you could tell from the time lapse there, but it's kind of complicated to get this ready. A couple things though that would fix this. As you might have seen, I'm bouncing from side to side, back and forth and all over, and I'm trying to make measurements. I went through very carefully and measured, this distance here, that distance there, this distance right down here, and of course it didn't come out flat because of minor discrepancies all over the place, so I guess that's fine. Now, and also the floor, who knows, the floor could be a little bit crooked as well, probably. Things that would probably help this in the future is you would have marks on here and you know exactly where these things are, and I could have done that now, except again I don't know what level is yet with this unit, but again, like I'm saying, you're going to be pulling this stuff in and out, and so maybe you never exactly know. Maybe you can't exactly slide an arm in here and know where that mark is going to be all the time, is going to be perfect, or the ground that you're on, or whatever. So possibly one thing that a future 1 or 2 or 3 revisions down the road, probably have some kind of adjuster in here so that you could get the whole thing done. It would still be stable and strong, but some big adjuster, to make fine increment moves to get it to be level might be a good thing. Other things that would help, one big huge thing would be, whenever you're prototyping, you do what you got to do to get it done. Well, I didn't have any, this is the only fastener I had right here for this size block. So that fastener there is different from this one and that one right there. So I don't know if you noticed, but I was holding a couple different wrenches and it's kind of like back and forth and back and forth. So that's a pain in the ass. So whenever you get to some kind of final form, with anything you're doing, it would be really great if you remember to go through and try to standardize all the fasteners that you possibly can. They're all M5s. It's just the wrench, the Allen head, the hex head is different. Then another thing that is going to need to be done that I had to spend some time to fix is, we knew about this already, but this is going to have to be drilled out and pinned because it pulls out. There's a lot of force. If I back up here, so right now in this position, it's okay. It's fairly vertical-ish, so most of the force is going here and here like this. But as we start to get this thing, angled out even more and more, it starts to put, a lot more force down this rail right here and on that set of fasteners there. And this is, again, this is 80/20 extruded aluminum, and we have sliding track nuts that go in here and you lock them down, and that's what kind of holds it. And so it starts pulling that out, okay? And, not to say that wasn't exactly expected. It wasn't, solidly. Anyways, whatever. It is what it is. And possibly the same thing going on for right here. It kind of is a little bit different because the motion here is all pushing forward right here. This line of force here is coming down here, and then it angles and travels down in here, which causes this thing to just by nature kind of have a little bit of a kink to it, which sort of creates a wedge and lessens dramatically the amount that this might actually slide itself down there. So, it's kind of okay now. Some, future pro version of this that you just can't have it fail. Of course, you're going to have pins, and you'd have some kind of like probably pin slots along here, just chunk, 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 and then nail it in. All right. So anyways, yeah, after it was all said and done, it wasn't level, so I had to make some minor adjustments. I think it's pretty okay now. So if you look at this, as far as you can trust, the bubble level and the case that it's on, it seems like it's okay. Well, the camera died, so hopefully you got some of that. So anyway, so I was talking about this right here being level, and so as long as the flight control board here is actually level to earth, that's probably what matters most. And like I said, probably somewhere along the way they'll, maybe some mechanism to make it easier to make some fine-tune adjustments. So anyways, this is it. It looks like it is about ready to go. I'm kind of doing a lot of hemming and hawing because I need to get this thing tethered down here, and then decide to turn it on or not. So I mean, I'm pretty much ready to fly. But here, let me show you what we're doing here. So if you look down here, so here is our anchors that we put into the ground. So we're not going to, of course, just try to hover this in the building. So we've got one here that is going to be, you move that over, it'll be right underneath. And then there is another one right here. And then there's another one way over there. There's another one over here somewhere. And another one out about here somewhere. And of course, the reason for that is you don't want to take your tether and put it right here because all this cord down here is going to get caught in the propeller. So bring it out here lessens the chance of that happening. And again, we're only going to go up in the air like maybe a foot or so just to see how it goes, all right? So we'll have those anchored out there. And then the one that's in the middle here is going to be ultimately, you know, when this flies, grab this thing over here, we're going to put a crane scale underneath of here, or whatever you call it, you know, one of these, and we're going to hang this underneath here and pull against this and see how much lift we can get. So that's assuming that things go okay. Now, what I imagine we're probably going to have to do in events that are going to occur, you know, again, it's a lot more stable now that it's all put out like that, but I still believe that these arms here are going to wiggle quite a bit. Rather than build up to a perceived event, I just want to try it first and see how bad it is, and then we'll end up making a bracket right here, and we'll run some more extruded aluminum across from here to here, etc., and we'll just put a big square around there. That will probably then also, if I did want to reinforce the leg here, might give me something else to restructure it to try to make the leg more stable or something. Possibly, you know, put 2 more shocks out here so I could have a shock going up this way and a shock, maybe, something like that. I don't know. We'll see how this goes first. So, I guess I will go sit in a corner and decide what I want to do next. I feel like we'll screw in the eye hooks here, get the propellers on. Sorry, not propellers yet, just test all systems first to make sure everything's working again, get the batteries installed, and then decide whether or not I'm going to break out the propellers right now. All right, this is going to be hard to do with one hand. I don't have my tripod. Now, one of these was disconnected, and so I'm having a strong suspicion that one of these motors is not going to go the right direction. So let's do an arm. Everything is working. Okay, where's the front on here? Oh, shit. Okay, well, here's the front. Which way? Yeah, that motor is going the wrong direction. You see that? Whoa, a bunch of them are going the wrong direction. Who wired these things? Okay, that one's going right. That one's wrong. That one over there is wrong, okay? So this is not D-shot, so we can't just go into software and flip this. I gotta flip, this is kind of old school. We gotta flip any one of the wires on these things right here. Okay, disarmed, safe. Okay, I think I got it. So let's arm again. And a little throttle. Everything is going the right direction. A little bit worried about that one there. It seems like it takes a little bit to come on, but you see? Same with those. Oh, you know what? Here, let's try this. Here, I'll try it again. Sorry. I'm trying to do all this BS without a tripod. Okay, so that was theoretically the calibration routine. Yeah, that's kind of better. Okay, So let's look around here, see if I can do this really stupidly dangerously. Now, there's nothing, I mean, really super dangerous about this right at this moment. But see how that shakes? See the arm shaking there? I am strongly suspecting that we get this thing going with the propeller. And we're going to have a lot of shimmy. Oh boy. There you are. Whew. So I'm going to disconnect everything, all the power, and I will tie this thing down and then decide what I want to do with propellers, if I want to give it a try. Here is a thing. Wait, what the? Okay. So here's the thing. These fasteners that come with these U13 motors, watch, see if I can show you this. 1 turn, 2 turns, 3. Okay, damn it. So, sorry. Okay, god damn it. Here is 16 millimeter. So here's an M3 16 millimeter, and that one drops. You see that there. So what happened was one of these. It wasn't exactly stripped out, I don't think, but it wasn't engaging until deeper down into the thing, and it wouldn't thread. So I had to go find a different one, and in the course of doing that, I found that these ones, and see the head will fit right down into the counterbore there. Lots more thread in here. So when you think about this, these are 24 kilogram motors, propellers lifting, being held by 4 M3 fasteners that have about 3 turns on them. So that's, I don't feel that that's good. So I'm swapping them all out now with these longer fasteners. There, that's some talent. Oh, there you go. So that is what 280 bucks gets you. So I think it's like 280 for a set of 2 bi-blades, I guess you'd say. I really wanted, so these are the 3211L. I really want the tri-blades at some point in time, but they are 3 something a piece. So maybe down the road. Well, I think it is ready to go. I'm a little nervous about the whole deal. I think it's probably going to be fairly uneventful, but eventful as in I think it's going to start to rise up. I think it's going to go a little bit one way. I think one of these cords is going to get kind of taut. It's going to freak it out. The PID is going to make it wobble all over the place, and I'm going to stop it and shut it down and reevaluate. So, but I guess that's an okay thing to see that we get lift. Now these batteries have not been charged for a while, so I'm also not expecting whole piles of power from them. Things I'm concerned about is, you know, we've got the big scary propellers on here now, and you know, getting in here to do things, you know, go in, plug in the batteries and turn things on. How do you do that without dying? Well, the ESCs, if it's not armed, I can't see any way that the thing should start spinning. Because of the encoding with the receiver, it's not like somebody's going to open their garage door and the thing's going to turn on and kill me. There's that. But also, you see what I just did here with the propellers? I turned them in, and right in here, see, I'm happy. I'm all safe. I could stand right here. I do have a lot more clearance than I thought. So I think being mindful of that all the time is going to be the standard operating procedure. Being very careful, very, very mindful about all your order of operations. Don't, you know, plug in the flight control board if you don't have the transmitter on. Even though everything I just said, it probably wouldn't do anything. Be careful for, I'm saying like you're doing this at home too, but maybe, hopefully. I have had quads that, I mean, it was a new build and you'd never tried it before, but you plug it in and the motors immediately spun up. That has happened before, but this is past that point, you know. But I guess you never know what might fall into all the crap here and cause some, you know, unknown event. But without a signal from the flight control board, the ESCs should not be able to have enough brains to be able to send out a signal, the energy to the motors to actually spin. So I think it's okay. I guess I have to do this now. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take the camera and I'm going to prop it up over there. That's where I've been doing the time lapse from, since I don't have my tripod, which actually worked better because I can get a higher shot at it. And I am going to go hide over there, kind of inside of a room over there, peeking around a corner just in case. But of course I got to have the transmitter out here. So anyways, we'll see how that goes. Just go click some buttons. Yeah, I'm definitely nervous about this. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way because it's getting too close to it and it's kind of fail-safing. Which, no. What do I do? Okay. If the thing were to spaz, well, I think we've got about all bases covered that could. So I'm gonna, yeah, that's too close. I'm just going in and out. Oh boy. Next up. Oh yeah. Fear, 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 fear. Oh. Okay. Well, it is ready to go. Okay, I'm hiding. Going over here. Ready? Making sure that I am still in angle mode. One thing that I am sure that is going to happen with this is I'll be going into beta flight to really restrict some stuff down. Okay, there we go. Arming. It is armed. Propellers, go. Holy shit. Yeah, that's terrifying. Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm going to calibrate again since last time. Okay, that should have done it. Worried that the other props aren't spinning. Jesus Christ. Other prop. Disarm. Did I forget to plug one in? No. Okay. Whew. That's scary. Why are you not spinning? Okay, let's give that a shot again. I don't know if you can hear that here. I'm gonna have to, you know what I'll do is I'll take I got a lapel mic on, I'll take it and I'll go sit it over there somewhere so you can hear this in a second, because it's kind of terrifying. What is that noise? That's a weird noise. Okay. I think that battery might be dead. So, just a moment. I'm going to go change some stuff and I'll be right back. All right. Well, here, let's zoom in a little bit there. There you go. I can make it work. There's something going on with the angle and the fact that it's just starting from static there, that it doesn't have an idle on it. So if I move the stick around here, I can get the motor removed. So there's going to be some troubleshooting there, but I'm going to go to take lapel. This isn't scary at all. Here, we'll put it. This will probably vibrate too much. Let's put you right down there, all right? What'd you think of that? So, I think because the batteries aren't fully charged yet, and I'm watching some of the cables here kind of flop up into the propeller, a little bit nervous about full boring it. On top of the fact that the propellers aren't seeming to move in conjunction, and that could be, again, the PID. Maybe if it was up in the air, right? Like a lot of the smaller quads, you just get it up in the air and then the things are to be fine. Sorry, I'm not talking into the lapel. Wow. So, that's it. That's the hover test. It works. I'm not sure about, like I said, about the motors, but you know, I'm going to get the batteries charged up. They were, I don't even know if I ever actually charged these batteries up all the way, so they probably were at storage charge to begin with, and we've been dinking around with them. All the other videos that you've seen me do where I was just testing the motors, same battery, same charge, so that's kind of what you got there. Well, it's freaking crazy in here. I mean, when it goes, hopefully it came out okay in the video, but it's definitely, it sounds like an aircraft. You know, we're on an airport here. We're around airplanes all day long. It sounds like a freaking airplane. It does not sound like a drone, you know? So there's that. There's also a couple weird little oscillations. By the way, the arms did not wobble so bad. So that's a good thing to know. It still might do the brace, but it seems like they're doing okay. I'm still, you know, I'm more concerned with that other motor or different motors not working at the right time. So again, maybe once you get to the thing going, it's fully charged and you really get it up in the air, then maybe the motors are going to start to kick in. We'll see. But like I said, the one cable over there somewhere or another was kind of looking like it might get into the thing. Also, I was watching the, well, my lapel, and it was starting to wiggle around there. You probably saw that too. That wouldn't have been good. I'm trying to do an outro, and I'm still kind of just like, whoa, you know, that was quite of a thing. There was also, by the way, there was a noise, if you caught it in here, it was kind of like a nice even noise, and then something that sounded a little bit out of control, and I think it's like one motor just decides like it needs to go a hell of a lot faster. I'm seeing kind of like a harmoniousness, and then all of a sudden something not, you know? So we'll see how that goes. But next order of business is to get the batteries charged fully, all of them, and then see what happens next. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with this. I'm still not confident that, you know, as in like I've done this enough times to know that those propellers are not going to fly apart, you know? It feels like that. It's that oscillation, almost like it's like the moment before it just goes plam and everything goes flying apart. So weirded out by all of that. Anyways, this is my giant drone. We've been working on this for a few months now. It's been a pretty big team effort, and so far so good. You know, we've got a lot of things to work out. And again, I mentioned this in previous videos, we are probably under a few $1,000s of parts into this, and that is a huge thing if you want to try to do something like this yourself. Assuming, of course, it actually ends up working and we can lift something, right?